Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist here. And what do you think this is? Well, pretty easy to figure out. That's garlic. And garlic is a superfood. There's no doubt about it. And it's grown all over the world, all across the Americas and the Western Hemisphere, the Eastern Hemisphere, in Asia, Europe, Middle East, uh, used in cuisine in Italy and Greek and all across the world. I can't think of a culture that doesn't use garlic in some way and shape or form. And it was used by the Egyptians, in fact, thousands of years ago, and by the Greeks and the Romans. And it has a lot more to do with health than just, keeping away vampires. And one thing about garlic, it has a natural acetylene in it. It's an oil, and when you make it into pills and capsules, it really doesn't do well. And so you really need to eat the real deal, and eating a clove of garlic a day, wonderful. And I'll get more into that later. It does a really great job and of cutting down on the amount of colds and flus a person does happen to have throughout the year. In fact, by 50%, the studies show. So that's because of this allicin component, which is in garlic. And so it's very important to eat your garlic. Also, it helps us to utilize iron better. So, if you're a person who's low in iron, you need to eat more garlic. So, the iron that does come into your system from green leafy vegetables, from beets, and other sources will be able to assimilate into your body. And that's really important. Also, good old garlic helps to prevent fatty liver disease. And I think that's important. If your family tends to have fatty liver disease, you want to eat some garlic every single day. It promotes the flow of bile from the liver and also helps to cleanse the liver because of that and helps to prevent gallstones and congestion of the liver in general. So if you have liver problems, you want to eat some garlic. Also, it helps to heal the arteries in our body and prevent plaques from building up, and this helps to prevent heart attacks and strokes. And it also releases nitric oxide in the body, so it helps with ED also. So that's another great thing. It also lowers blood pressure. I've had people who had blood pressures like 150 over 90, and then brought that down to normal, 120 over 80. Amazing. You can drop 20 or 30 points by taking 6 cloves of garlic in the morning with a little honey and 6 cloves of garlic at night with a little honey. And then take a clove in a regular herb clove or cardamom or mint afterwards to get rid of that garlic breath. But it's amazing for lowering blood pressure. It lowers cholesterol, and also one of the few that lowers triglycerides too. So if you have high triglycerides, you got your uh, cholesterol under control, but you still have your trigs up there, take that garlic. And it also increases HDL, the good cholesterol, which is really wonderful. It contains a lot of vitamin A, B's, and C's, so all those antioxidants which are really important for keeping us healthy. It's full of iron and copper, which help to eliminate anemia, selenium for building up our immune system, calcium and phosphorus for strong bones, also tryptophan to help us sleep better at night. We uh, think of turkey and tryptophan, but actually garlic helps us to sleep better. It's antibacterial. If you're prone to coming down with urinary tract infections or any other kind of infection in your body, you might want to take this. It's antiviral. If you're keeping away colds and flus and other types of viral, infections. It's also antifungal. And garlic tea is a wonderful thing, and In Gilroy, California, they have the annual garlic festival. They even make garlic ice cream. Being a vegan, I haven't tried this, so I shouldn't judge. I have to say, but it may be fantastic. But I love garlic and everything. There's no doubt about it. Garlic popsicles. It has a lot of antioxidants, quercetin, alanine, oganin, and a whole bunch of more, which help to prevent DNA damage and also to repair DNA damage, so it prevents disease in general. It also helps with gas and stomach aches and indigestion. Take a little, clove of garlic, and that will help to get rid of that indigestion and that gas. And also, people who have constant tonsillitis. As a kid, I had tonsillitis. I think I had it 12 times in 1 year when I was a kid, and finally they took out my tonsils, but I didn't know the fact that garlic was so important. It can help to prevent tonsillitis. It helps with weight loss also, and help to boost up our metabolism. So if you want to lose a little extra weight, eat a lot of garlic. It's a good blood thinner. It works just as well as aspirin. They say take an aspirin to prevent heart attacks. Well, take a clove of garlic. It works just as well. Also, sore throats, gargling with a little bit of, garlic tea. It works really well for sore throats. Gets rid of that sore throat just like that. Also, it's a powerful anti-inflammatory, and if you have aches and pains and arthritis and joint pains and that type of thing going on, do what I do: 6 cloves of garlic in the morning, 6 cloves of garlic at night, and it's really works well for that. Also, for the most part, there's no side effects other than maybe it could upset your stomach. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone who's pregnant and taking a whole bunch of it. Normal amounts would be fine. Also nursing, and also for small children, large amounts wouldn't be good. But for the average person, other than thinning your blood a little bit, it's pretty safe stuff. Also, like I said, it prevents DNA damage from happening in the first place. And it scavenges up those free radicals, which are important to prevent disease. Also, for cold sores, you can take a clove of garlic and rub it on, the cold sore, and after a while, it will disappear. Toothaches, take a clove of garlic, cut it in half, put it in your cheek against the tooth that's hurting, and just leave it there for hours, and it'll stop hurting. I know that for sure. Also, acne, if you have pimples, take a clove of garlic and rub it on the area, and after a while the pimple will disappear. Ear infections, you take 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, cut them up, put them in a Kleenex or tissue, and stuff that in your ear and leave it overnight, and wake up in the morning, and you're going to have a smelly ear, but the earache will be gone. So that's really a great one. It also contains germanium, which is a cancer agent which helps to slow the growth of cancer, which is really important. And probably help to prevent cancer in general too. If you getting bitten by lots of mosquitoes, chiggers, gnats, that type of thing, just take a clove of garlic, cut it in half, and then rub it on that affected area, and the pain will go away and the swelling will go down. Really works well. Take some water and put a bunch of cloves of garlic in it, mash them up, and boil that, and then breathe that vapor in, and that really helps for opening up the sinuses and helps with asthma also. So I really recommend that for any of the asthma sufferers, or if you have sinusitis or anything like that going on, and you want to, or you have a cold or a flu and you want to be able to breathe finally again. That's really good. If you have a wart, you could take a clove of garlic, cut it in half, and keep rubbing that clove of garlic on that wart every day for 10 days. Eventually it'll just fall off. It's interesting. You ever been cutting garlic and notice how sticky it is? It is sticky stuff. This is the original super glue. But if you were in a pinch, you could rub this on like a piece of paper and stick it to something. It works as a glue too. Uh, and so garlic is important. I think it's really important that you eat it raw because you change the compounds in it, which are important for healing. So that's why I take 6 of these cloves of garlic in the morning and 6 in the evening, and I make sure I eat a regular spice clove, or some cardamom or something like that, or mint afterwards to get rid of that, garlic mouth. You don't want that running around like that. But it'll make you feel healthy, and you will be healthy in general because all your lab work will work out great. I've had also people with interesting blood pressures. They would have a blood pressure of like 150 over 70. And the doctor would give them a blood pressure lowering medication, and all of a sudden both of them would drop. Their systolic and diastolic. Their systolic could come down to 120, but their diastolic could run down into 50, and that wasn't good because they were dropping over, dizzy, and everything. But if you take garlic, it's really interesting. It doesn't lower your blood pressure too much. It'll lower your blood pressure down to what it needs to be, but it's not going to lower it more than normal. And so for these people who have this high, systolic blood pressure, and they need to get it down because they have cardiovascular challenges or they have kidney disease, they want to bring that down, this really works well. A little bit of garlic every day to bring that down to normal. And I highly recommend it. This is really a powerful antioxidant. And the more antioxidants we get in our body in the way of natural food forms, the better off we are. And, this day and age, a lot of people tend to eat too much junk food. There's no doubt about that. So we need to go on a whole foods, plant-based diet. And if you go to www.paulhaider, that's PAULHAIDER.com, and go up to my diet and click on there, you'll see my diet. And I highly recommend you go on that whole foods plant-based diet and start becoming really healthy. Also, down below you'll find my contact information, my phone number, my email address, my Skype address, and also feel free to contact me. My consults are free, and I always want to help in any way, shape, or form. And I hope you will subscribe and try to boost up my ratings here on YouTube. And if you care to make a donation, down below also is the link to make a donation. I greatly appreciate that. And I keep trying to bring new and great stuff to you. And I'm available, I go to bed early, so I'm an 8 p.m.er. And I'm in Puerto Rico, so I'm on Eastern Standard Time now. So if you want to catch me early. Between 9 o'clock and before 8 o'clock at night. I get up at 5, but I'm usually walking with the dogs or something, and early in the morning and working out. So have a great day and stay healthy. I love you.